Several areas in Metro Manila are now at moderate risk for COVID-19. Preparations are underway for the inauguration of President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The landmark decision of the U.S. Supreme Court on abortion rights draws mixed reactions from American officials. Members and allies of the LGBT+ community celebrate Pride. And the action continues over at the 2022 PBA Philippine Cup. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. The Health Department says 5 areas in Metro Manila are now under moderate risk classification for COVID-19. These include Pasig, San Juan, Quezon City, Marikina, and Pateros. Speaking at the Laging Handa briefing on Saturday, Health spokesperson Maria Rosario Vergere explained that the classification is only due to the rapid rise in cases from a very low number of infections in the past few weeks. Vergere also clarified that there's still no reason to place NCR under a higher alert level.
Base po sa ating datos, hindi pa po natin nakikita that we will be escalating ang National Capital Region to a higher alert level kasi katulad nga ng sabi ko, mas binibigyan po natin ng weight ito pong hospital admissions natin.
The PNP conducted a dry run of the inauguration of President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at the National Museum on Saturday. Authorities staged a simulation of their response should protesters flock to the venue. 12,000 to 15,000 police officers will also be deployed by the PNP on Marcos Jr.'s inauguration day. But according to PNP spokesperson Jean Fajardo, they have yet to receive any serious threats for Thursday's activities.
Wala po tayong nare-receive at namomonitor na any credible and serious threat pertaining dito mga po sa nalalapit na inauguration po ni President-elect BBM. But just the same, patuloy po tayo nakikipag-coordinate sa ating mga intelligence unit to make sure na po na lahat po itong mga raw information na nakakala po natin ay nababalidate natin properly. So we could initiate appropriate measures to thwart or disrupt ito pong mga nagpaplano po.
Meanwhile, incoming President Bongbong Marcos says there will be no gimmicks on his inauguration day. Instead, the event will remain as a solemn occasion. In his vlog on Sunday, Marcos Jr. also revealed that his transition to Malacanang is a family affair.
Hindi lang ako kundi ang pamilya ko ay nasa gitna rin ng pag-transition. Ang aking may bahay na si Lisa ay nakakalungkot man, naawa nga ako sa kanya, ay kinailangan niyang iwanan muna ang kanyang kasama sa kanyang tinayo na law firm. Ngunit wala tayong magagawa dahil siya ay magiging first lady, ay kailangan niyang bitawan ang kanyang interest doon sa kanyang law firm. Kaya't ako ay humihingi ng paumanhin sa kanya na napilitan siyang gawin ito.
Authorities have closed several roads in the vicinity of the National Museum to prepare for the President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s inauguration. Padre Burgos Avenue, Finance Road, Maria Orosa Street, and General Luna Street are closed to motorists until 11 p.m. of June 30. Ayala Boulevard and Victoria Street will also be blocked off on June 30 from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. In line with this, the MMDA has implemented a rerouting scheme for PUVs and private vehicles. Northbound motorists from Rojas Boulevard should turn right at UN Ave or Calao Avenue before turning left at Taft Avenue. Those heading to east coming from Rojas Boulevard should turn left at Calao Avenue or UN Avenue, then turn right at Taft Avenue. We'll be back with more stories after a quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Several political leaders spoke out against the U.S. Supreme Court after the monumental overturning of the landmark case Roe v. Wade. Here's the report.
Yesterday, the U.S. was in uproar, some celebrating while others grieved. This after the mostly Republican U.S. Supreme Court voted 5-4 to overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade ruling that recognized women's constitutional right to abortion. They also upheld a Mississippi law banning abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. People against legalized abortion cheered, and some even cried and jumped for joy after the ruling was announced.
Worked so hard, and I know that others before me have worked even harder. And so for the older generation of pro-lifers to see this today, I'm so grateful for them and their perseverance.
While those for the public health measure slammed the ruling and chanted that the decision must not stand. Several U.S. politicians spoke out against the ruling. U.S. President Joe Biden, for one, said the day this ruling came out is a sad day for Americans.
Today, the Supreme Court of the United States expressly took away a constitutional right from the American people that it had already recognized. They didn't limit it, they simply took it away. That's never been done to a right so important to so many Americans, but they did it. It's a sad day for the court and for the country.
Meanwhile, U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi maintained reproductive freedom must not be criminalized and reminded voters to choose wisely in their next elections in November.
This is deadly serious, but we are not going to let this pass. A woman's right to choose reproductive freedom is on the ballot in November. We cannot allow them to take charge so that they can institute their goal, which is to criminalize reproductive freedom.
New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez also lambasted the ruling.
We are here for a reason. We were born in this place and in this time for a reason. We were born for a reason because we are restorers. We were born here to be protectors. We were born on this earth to make a better future and turn the ship around.
Several governors also took a stand against the court's decision, including California's Gavin Newsom, who said abortion will remain legal in the state. Former President Barack Obama also decried the ruling via Twitter. He said the Supreme Court has relegated the most intensely personal decision someone can make to the whims of politicians. Former First Lady Michelle Obama meanwhile claimed she was heartbroken, as young women will now experience the same hardships before the Roe ruling was promulgated. Sam Tirante, we are One News.
Members and allies of the LGBTQ+ community are calling for equality, inclusivity, and diversity at this year's Pride Festival in Quezon City. Faith Del Mundo with the story.
Colorful and loud. That was the atmosphere at the Pride Festival at Quezon Memorial Circle on Saturday. This is the city's first Pride event since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Quezon City is a very friendly city when it comes to LGBTQIA+ respect, acceptance, diversity, inclusivity, and of course equality. And these are the values that we would like to espouse here in Quezon City, and that is why for us it is important that the LGBTQIA+ community feels these values here when they come to Quezon City, na sila ay minamahal at tinatanggap ng Quezon City.
In partnership with Pride PH, the theme for this year's festival is Alab for Love, promoting equality, inclusivity, and diversity among all, including members of the LGBTQ+ community. The event featured 3 key activities: the Pride Expo, Pride March, and Pride Night. Attendees paraded along the QC Elliptical Road carrying their rainbow flags. Pride Pride PH said it aims to foster a good relationship with the government and private sector to address various issues.
Ang goal natin bukod sa i-celebrate ang Pride, no? Nananawagan tayo sa national government na ipasa na ang Social Equality Bill kasi ito ay napinbin na sa Kongreso for more than 20 years.
Recall that Quezon City is one of the first cities to have implemented the Gender Fair Ordinance. This is to ensure equality among all residents regardless of gender and protect them against discrimination. Members of the LGBTQ+ community were elated in joining the event.
Sobrang saya po kasi sobrang colorful po ng Pride Month and ang dami pong sobrang free and ayun po. So sobrang saya po dito sa Pride Month.
Sobrang open-minded ng mga tao. Makikita mo yung mga samut-saring iba't ibang parte ng LGBTQIA+. And kung open-minded kang tao, kapag tinignan mo sila, sobrang ganda. Makikita yung iba't ibang kulay ng kagandahan ng ating mundo. Pero iisa lang naman kami ng pinaglalaban dito, kundi ang aming karapatan, kundi ang human rights. Lahat ipinaglalaban namin. Kung ano ng karapatan ng mga tao, kung anong karapatan nila, ay karapatan din namin mga parte ng LGBTQIA+.
The Alam for Love Pride Festival is part of a nationwide Pride Month celebration. Simultaneous events also happen in various parts of the country, like Pasay, Iloilo, Baguio, Romblon, Misamis Oriental, and Oriental Mindoro. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
The TNT Tropang Giga pulled off an unexpected win against the Phoenix Fuel Masters on Sunday. It seems being undermanned did not deter TNT from dominating the Fuel Masters after Mikey Williams unleashed 27 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. This led to TNT clinching the game at 87-72, and this is only Williams' second game with the team after months of back and forth in contract negotiations. But TNT coach Reyes says these negotiations did not affect Williams' chemistry with the team and the coaching staff at all. Meanwhile, in the second game, CJ Perez finally got his first triple-double and scored a career-high 15 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists, as the San Miguel Beermen crushed the Converge Fiber Xers 119-92. Perez thanks the coaching staff for making the team ready to face any foe.
Willing naman mag-step up yung mga teammates ko, although madami talagang wala sa amin, pero ayun nga, yung preparation namin, yung preparation nila coach talagang solid. And ayun, nagtitiwala lang kami talaga sa isa't isa para makapanalo ngayon. And sabi nga nila coach, so lumang kami ng ganun, kailangan may killer instinct para sa susunod na game.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we monitor today's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.